Coming up next after NASCAR X Games 13 from Los Angeles, there's a connection to today's race. And the X Games, that red number 9 car, the man behind the wheel, Boris said he is going to be in the X Games out in L.A. tomorrow.
I'm doing the X Games. I mean, I think it's the coolest thing in the world. They called me and invited me a few weeks ago, and I'm like, in what? Well, in rallying. Have you ever rallied? I'm like, nope, but I love rallying. I'm a big rally fan. The only thing I'm a little nervous about is there's a 70-foot jump, ramp to ramp. I think about half the guys, ripped the radiators off their cars the first time they did it. And for me, if everything goes perfect, my first time I'll see it is Sunday morning, so hopefully I get to do it.
Morris is telling me he's going to leave Montreal, private plane tonight to Washington, D.C. to catch a commercial flight to Los Angeles to get there, get in this car tomorrow, and do this 70-foot jump that everybody else has been practicing for a couple days. He said the only time I've been in the car, I drove it in the parking lot at California Speedway the other day.
Hope he brings his odds to
Yeah. Full course caution out here in Montreal, second time today. This would be the reason why. That's not good. That looks expensive.
Yeah, anytime you see smoke coming out from underneath one of these cars, it's not a cheap sight.
So Stephen Wallace out of his race car and is with Vince.
Step in with Stephen Wallace here. What's the determination here under the hood?
Well, the determination under the hood is the motor ran out of water and burned up and then blew up. I think Home Life Communities Dodge was really fast today. There at the start of the race, I missed a chicane, stopped, didn't gain any positions, didn't pass anybody, and then NASCAR decided just decided to penalize me. They said if you didn't pass anybody, there was no problem, but I guess they thought different. But we fought back from 35th all the way up to top 15 there. They were calling times out. That was as fast as the leaders. A couple tenths off of them. So our car was really fast. It's just man. I'd do anything in the world to buy some luck right now. I'm about the most unluckiest person I think on the face of the planet besides being able to race a race car every weekend. But it's just nothing goes my way. The motor blows up, get in a wreck, catch on fire, flip 25 times or something like that. So we'll go get him next week.
Yep, he'll keep digging. Stephen Wallace in the 66.
And for more on safety, log on to ESPN.com, search word safety. Some of the safety equipment there. Going to take a break. We'll be back, hopefully under full green flag conditions in Montreal. Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, the NASCAR Busch Series in its first ever race in Canada, and it is under caution right now, second time of the day, after Stephen Wallace oiled down the racetrack and has caused a little bit of cleanup to need to be done. Marcus Ambrose is out in front, took the lead from Scott Pruitt with a nice inside under-braking move. Pruitt had no choice but to give way, or the both of them were probably going to crash, and that is our Castrol Syndex Power Performance Pass of the race. So Ambrose the leader, Fellows second, Carpentier third, Pappas fourth, Robbie Gordon fifth, and then Andy Pilgrim is sixth. Boris Said is the first of the cars who stopped under the other caution back at lap 30, and he is up to the seventh spot. And here's Jeff Burton, one of the Nextel Cup drivers, doing the shuffle today between Pocono and back up to Montreal. Burton now running back in 16th position after starting at the tail end of the field, knowing you were going to have to start out the back and how tough it was going to make the win. Jeff, what are you doing here?
I've been about a 4th to 10th place driver on road courses. The only way to get better is to do it more. This is an opportunity to drive for a really good team, drive the Holiday Inn Chevrolet, and get some experience. So to me, it's a win-win.
Laps help so much, especially at a new facility. But next week they're going straight to Watkins Glen. So it gets your feet got to do a special dance, your hands right, left. So anytime you could road race, it helps you for the following week, for the following event.
Nextel Cup Series, along with the NASCAR Busch Series on the Watkins Glen, New York road course next Saturday and Sunday, and of course qualifying next Friday afternoon for the Nextel Cup cars. So Burton right now back in 15th spot. Here's Jeff at the office. We'll have the flight back to Pennsylvania tonight, and we'll get ready to go tomorrow in the 500 mile there at Pocono Raceway. Burton's going to start in 18th position in that race. And of course you can see our coverage from Pocono presented by Rush Hour 3 tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, starting with NASCAR Countdown. Got Tony Stewart going for the three-peat. Got Dale Jr. and Kurt Busch in the tight fight for that last spot in the chase standings. And they're sharing the front row for tomorrow's race. 1 o'clock Eastern, ESPN tomorrow. For more, log on to ESPN.com. So more than a little bit of oil dry put down there on that straightaway leading from the hairpin up to the pit entrance. You see the cleanup going through there.
Thought it was snowing.
Well, that wouldn't be unexpected here in Montreal, but in August it might be a reach.
Okay.
So what's the pit strategy for the race leader? Didn't stop under this caution, Gary.
No. Ernie Cope calls the shots and talks to Marcus Ambrose. What is your strategy at this point, Ernie?
Well, we're going to stop one more time. We're not quite to our fuel window yet. We're getting close. This long caution is actually hurting us. It's going to make us have to make a decision here. But if they hurry up and go green 2 laps, which it looks like we're not, so I'm not sure what we're going to do. We're going to see how many laps we go green. They go yellow.
All right. How satisfied are you with the performance of this Tasmanian Australian driver?
Oh, I'm very satisfied. He's an awesome road racer. We're having fun, and he's taking care of the car. He says he's not abusing the brakes, so hopefully it's there at the end.
And, of course, we still got a long way to go and a lot of brakes to protect. Thanks.
Yeah.
Vince?
With Paul Wolf, the crew chief for Patrick Carpentier, our pole sitter, currently running third. What advice are you giving him here as we just passed the midway point?
Just trying to keep good communication with him, you know, kind of where the balance of the car is, and really just in a riding mode right now. As key as brakes are here, we're just trying to keep something there for the end. We know the car's got speed in it, but we need to be there at the end to have a shot at it. So just trying to keep them calm in the car, keep all 4 tires on the track, and keep some brakes there for the end.
Marty?
Alan, I'm here with Shane Wilson, crew chief for Kevin Harvick, currently running 13th. You guys have been discussing some fuel strategy on the radio. How do these cautions affect your strategy moving forward?
You know, it definitely kind of plays into our hand, or at least helps us a little bit. We put on tires that last caution, and you know, we're expecting just to take fuel here on our last stop, which is with these cautions will probably be before we go back to green.
Just how tight are you cutting it?
Oh, you know, it's very tight, but we don't quite have the speed to win probably today, so we're going to have to take a little chance to get them up front. And I think our speed will pick up the closer we get to the front, so we'll just see how it goes.
A man conceding victory. I'm not sure I believe it. Alan?
Yeah, but you never know what kind of strategy will play out here that might just work. So it kind of goes back to what I was talking about before with Pruitt and that 41 car. They took their tires onto the yellow earlier, so now when we do see them on pit road, probably no tires, and they're going to run what they've got on the car now to the finish.
Another thing he said is, you know, they're probably going to get quicker as they get closer to the front. That's what happens when you dangle that banana out there in front of that race car driver. You just see that front of the field, you just keep getting it faster and faster.
Vince, want to chime in here?
Yeah, on the conversation you're having about the 41 car and Scott Pruitt, and when they took those tires off, they were in pretty good shape, and I'll tell you what, their crew was very excited about the fact that they would be able to run to the finish on the tires they have and just take fuel on that last stop. So you're right on the money with that strategy, Alan.
Got to be interesting to see when the green flag waves, we get back to racing and those pit stops start happening, which is going to be fairly soon in just a few more laps. Our aerial coverage today brought to you by Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR, helping NASCAR drivers get to the finish line for the past 25 years. Back to Montreal in a minute.